Do you guys want to know why there's no toilet paper in stores? Because every time somebody coughs, everybody shits themselves. Just kidding. But hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video real quick. We went to just get some final preparations early this morning, and I was really curious to see what everybody was grabbing other than shit paper. And really the only thing I noticed that was gone, it was obviously all the alcohol and hand sanitizer, but shit paper and bread. And so that was kind of concerning to me. I kind of thought, oh, I mean, everybody knows what to get when they're prepping, but obviously that isn't the case. And I think people may be a little confused of what we're prepping for. I mean, obviously there's, you know, the basics: food, water, shelter, you know, heat, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that I got. I'm prepping for a virus. I already have everything else. Honestly, I wasn't prepared for a virus. So just some things you can think about that you might be able to take away from this is everybody's always asking, you know, what do I get? What do I get? Well, now it's too late to kind of start prepping for the most part, other than like a few adjustments if you can get your hands on them. But just kind of a lesson learned. Every time something like this happens, take notes on what you're worried about. The one thing that you're thinking about, shit, I wish I had more of, when this passes, and it will pass, go stock up on it when, you know, when the shelves are stocked again. So, all right, let's get on with it. I think the title of the video is 10 things that you missed while hoarding shit paper, but it's a little bit more than 10 things, and it's just some stuff to kind of keep in mind. All right, so I'm not an MD. If you are an MD and you have a good comment to leave and you want to give some people advice, pin your comment below, or write a comment below and I'll pin it up top. So all right, let's get started. So like I said, I saw shit paper was gone, and water was gone, and bread was gone. So bread, I don't know what everybody thinks they're going to do with bread, but it's not going to last very long. Guys, if you're prepping for self-isolation or the end of the world, no matter what, you don't need bread. You need stuff that's going to last for a long time. So like canned goods, chili, right? Beans, great source of protein. You want high calories. You're not trying to win the bikini contest anymore. So get stuff that lasts long. Canned goods, okay, dried food, Cliff Bars, stuff like that. So shit can the bread, get stuff that's going to last for a long time. All right, vitamin C. We're all getting ready to get sick, right? Supposedly that's the rumor on the street. So what do we drink when we want to boost the immune system? Vitamin C. They had the stocks completely full with this emergency stuff, which I drink every time I get sick or get a cold. If they're out of it, there's plenty of other sources of vitamin C. Tang, full of vitamin C. I used to carry this shit around with me when I was roaming the streets of Baghdad as a drink mixer. And so that's available. What else has vitamin C, guys? Oranges, lemons, all that kind of stuff. So, vitamin C. Theraflu. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, the shelves were completely stocked with Theraflu. Okay, now Theraflu. What is Theraflu? It helps you get over the flu. You might want some of that. I didn't hoard anything. I just got enough for me and my wife. All right, but something to think about. Pedialyte, that's another one. Electrolytes. What happens when you get sick? We get dehydrated. How do you get better? You stay hydrated. These are full of electrolytes. They come in bottles. This was completely full. All right. Nobody was stocking up on electrolytes, on Pedialyte. It's one of the best things you can do, in my opinion, when you're sick, is stay hydrated, get those electrolytes pumping in your system. Guess what? If they're out of Pedialyte, you know what else has electrolytes? Gatorade, Powerade, all that kind of stuff. I got the the packets because they take up less space than a whole bunch of pre-mixed Pedialyte. So Pedialyte, Gatorade, all those little packets. Keep yourself hydrated. Here's a thing. You know, there's a big shortage of masks. Hospitals are probably going to get full. Healthcare professionals probably aren't going to want to work on people because they don't have any masks, right? So be prepared to write it out in your house. Okay, I would probably actually rather write it out of my house anyways, but that's just me. So what else? I got throat comfort and honey. That's another thing I always do when I'm sick, and this is a respiratory virus, right? So one of the symptoms is sore throat and coughing. This will help soothe that. So there's that. Cough drops, once again, respiratory, and reduce the cough. Mucinex, got this, okay? That's another thing. It helps with severe congestion and coughs. Shelves were completely full of it. Claritin. All right, why did I get Claritin? It has nothing to do with the fever. Because I don't know about you guys, but when shit like this is going around, I get fucking paranoid that I've got it. And it is springtime, and allergy season is here, and I don't want to be confused thinking I got fucking COVID-19 and when it's really just the pollen in the air. So I got Claritin to help me, you know, with my own paranoia. A thermometer. I actually couldn't believe this was still on the shelf, but there was a whole box full of them at Kroger. So thermometer. Once again, this is also, you know, just to let me know if I actually have a fever or if it's just my head fucking with me. All right, I don't. I want to know if I have it for sure. You know, so I don't want to be running around paranoid. So if I get paranoid or I start feeling like I have symptoms, I'll throw this in there, and you know, if I have a fever or I think I've been exposed and I'm going to go get tested, but at least you know if you're running a fever. The neti pot. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I picked one up anyways. Put this with sterile water. All right, put one of these things in there, dump it in your nose, comes out the other side of your nostril, kind of cleans you out a little bit if you have congestion. So what else? Eucalyptus oil. All right, Vicks rub that helps open your sinuses up and help relax your respiratory tract. All right, that stuff, a lot of that was actually gone, but eucalyptus oil, like the little what aromatherapy shit. All right, kind of the same thing. So we're gonna put this in a humidifier in our room. All right, so pretty much same thing. It'll help breathe a little bit easier. Some other things. All right, stocking up on water. That's great. You can't argue that at all. However, when you see all this other stuff on the shelves and all the water's gone, guys, just think before you just start buying shit. Just because everybody else is buying one thing doesn't mean that's what you need. All right. For example, I live in Tennessee. There is a fresh spring every 20 steps in this state. Water's coming like right out of the ground. Okay, so I'm not stocked up on 50 cases of water. I got a creek here, there's another creek over there, there's another creek down that way, there's a fresh spring back that way. All right, just get a pot and boil the water on the stove, on the grill, on a fire. All right, you don't have to go crazy and hoard the water. If you know, and that's just an example. I know everybody doesn't have creeks, but here in Tennessee, You can't really argue that. There really is a fresh spring about every 20 steps. So, lastly, hand sanitizer. That shit's been gone for damn near a month now, right? Well, grain alcohol, all right? It's 100%. Dilute it down to 70%. You can dilute it with water. You can dilute it with aloe vera oil. Make your own hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. And yeah, you know, this stuff should be cheap. The place I got it at in Fairview was price gouging the shit out of people. And this cost me 40 bucks. It's probably usually about $5. But you can make your own hand sanitizer with this stuff, all right? And I don't know, sanitize. But, and then lastly, what I'm gonna say, I think it's lastly, but these masks, all right? Everybody's saying, and this is actually more of a question. And I was talking to my dad, who's a pharmacist, and I was asking him about the masks, and he said, why don't you just flip it around backwards? All right, everybody's saying that this only stops from people from spreading the virus. So to me, if it's a one-way thing, then couldn't you just turn it inside out? Wouldn't that kind of stop most stuff coming in? I don't know, but like I said, it is a question and everybody's freaking out about it. So if you are a medical professional, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. My dad sent a message up through his chain of command, or whatever you call it, at the hospital, and nobody's been able to answer that question yet. Which, you know, sometimes when there's a big problem like that, the solution's right under your nose, and you never realize it. But I don't know if that's true, but it's definitely worth looking into, don't you think? So, anyways, lastly, I'll bet a lot of people wish they had a bug out location now. Look, I know it seems impossible to get one, but I see a lot of people also stocking up on firearms and ammo. Guys, if you don't have that, you're behind the power curve, and once you have enough, you don't really need to keep buying more unless it's just a hobby. But let me just put it this way. There's still acreage available all over this country for $1,000 an acre and sometimes under. So all those little trinkets and all that shit you guys are buying that you don't really need, just think about every $1,000 you've spent on something that you don't need could be another acre of property for your bug out location. So I know a lot of people with a lot more shit than they need from the prepping store, and no land to put it on. So just food for thought, all right? Do whatever you want, but think about all the thousands of dollars of shit you've spent on stuff that you're probably not going to use in a pandemic situation, and stop buying that shit and go buy some property. All right, there's some for sale right next door to me. Just kidding, but I already bought it. But all right, guys, be safe. I'm not trying to push anything down your throats. I'm not trying to push products. This video was just out of concern of what I saw at the grocery store and Walmart, and I'm just trying to help. So spread this knowledge. Like I said, if you are a medical professional or anybody that has anything productive to say that might help people, comment below. I'd be happy to pin it to the top. And my Patreon's up. That's the only thing I'm going to shove down your throat. I'm not going to give you a promo code for the coolest holster out there, but I am going to say, if you want training, it's on my Patreon. So, and I definitely welcome your support and definitely appreciate it. Thank you. You guys be safe. Hopefully this shit all blows over soon. All right, I'm out. Hey guys, one thing I forgot to mention is keep your head on straight, alright? That's going to be your best friend in times like this. Common sense. Don't just look at what everybody else is doing and follow what they're doing, because 90% of the time they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, keep your head on straight, make calculated decisions, don't act on impulse, and if you're tired of having to prep every time this shit happens, you people know in Florida know what I'm talking about. Every time a hurricane rolls in, you can always pick up some of these guys. Some of these guys lay 300 eggs a year. That's right.